And
Hungry Stella.
Hungry Stella.
Because
she's hungry. Starving, as she says. Starving.
And I want pizza.
She wants pizza now. But you're going to have to wait. In a second there, Miss Hungry Munchkin. She just ate like...
No, no, I ate at 7.
No, you weren't even up yet. Alright, so...
Yeah, I ate at 7 when I was here.
We got here at like 8:30.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Oh, child of mine. Child. Alright, so with the Learning Garden today, we are going to be learning a little bit about the cows. First, I have this really fun book to read, just to make it exciting. And then I'm going to go over a little bit of this book and what I have over here online to... If you don't know about cows, you'd be surprised, even though we are in Vermont right now, and it's like, you know, riddled with cows. There are many people here that do not really know much about them. I learn every single day something about cows. And I think it's vitally important to know that as a community and to understand our farmers, our milkers, or whoever out there in the world just a little bit more, you know? I think we take a little bit for granted about that, especially like people who don't really know much about farming. And that's why I love this learning gardening program, because I try to at least get a little bit here and there to teach you guys about the importance of gardening. I always believe that everyone should have at least a garden in their backyard, or if they don't have a yard and they live in a city, in like a little flower pot, even on the inside. Like, there are many ways that you can make it happen, right? And there are communities out there that you're able to reach out to. Like, we have a beautiful community garden right over there on Orchard Street. Absolutely stunning. Everybody who participates in that does a wonderful job by keeping their plants up together, and I absolutely love it. So, blah, blah, blah. And this is Hungry. So, I'm going to get back into it.
Whatever I say, you're going to call me that?
Yes, but we're going to keep it quiet now because I'm going to read, okay? If you want, you can go get your pizza.
My pizza.
Alright. I feel like
What
this...
kind of pizza did you bring?
Pepperoni. The cow that laid an egg. Do cows lay eggs? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe that's something we'll learn. Oh, this is written by Andy Cutbill and illustrated by Russell Ado. Marjorie the cow fell down in the dumps. "What's wrong, Marge?" clucked the chickens. Oh, she looks sad. "I don't feel special," said Marjorie. "I can't ride bicycles and do handstands like the other cows. I just feel so ordinary." Oh. I didn't even know cows could ride bikes. That night, the chickens hatched a cunning plan. Cluck and a cluck and a click and a clack. Cluck and a cluck and a click and a clack. Bok, 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 they whispered. That's my best chicken impression. Can you do a really good chicken impression? Bok, bok, bok. The following morning, there was an almighty commotion in the barnyard. "I've laid an egg!" shrieked Marjorie. Wow. All the other cows were astonished. None of them had ever laid an egg before. I like how most of them are handstanding. Even the farmer came running. "Oh my goodness," he cried. "Marjorie's laid an egg." The farmer's wife called the local newspaper. Uh-oh. People came from far and wide. We're extremely proud of Marjorie, announced the farmer to the crowd. Marjorie felt much more special now, and the chickens were as pleased as Punch, too. But the other cows weren't so happy. Our bicycle riding and handstands feel rather ordinary now. Something's funny going on. Cows don't lay eggs. Chickens lay eggs. We don't think you laid that egg, the cow said to Marjorie. We think that crafty chickens did it. Marjorie felt shocked. Prove it, said the chickens. So they all waited for an egg to hatch day after day, and they watched as Marjorie sat on the egg to keep it warm, but nothing happened. Oh, it takes a while for an egg to hatch sometimes. Until suddenly, they heard a noise one morning. Tap, tap, tap. Here it comes. Here it comes, shouted one of the cows as Marjorie stood up. Tap, tap, tap. The egg cracked open and out and hopped a small brown feathery bundle. There, said one of the cows, nodding, a chicken. Suddenly the tiny creature looked up at Marjorie. Moo, it said loudly. Whoa, can you do a good moo? That was one of the best moos I can do. Marjorie smiled and held her baby tight. A cow, she said, and she promptly named it Daisy. The end. Aw, that's really sweet. In the end, she ended up having a little chicken cow. Because that's what happened. Alright, where'd my other book go? Oh, alright. So yes, cows are so much fun. I absolutely love them. I just really, first moving here, I saw there was vast amounts of them, and we had all sorts of things going on with that, and never really got properly introduced to any of them. Like, I used to see them around a little bit in Maine, maybe, but never up close, like up front, up close, like get to touch and play and all that fun stuff. So I met like little tiny cows, the calves. I love them so much. They're feisty little buggers. But I think I did want to read a little bit of this to you. There's some really cool facts in here. Other animals, so as we know, many animals can make milk, but dairy cows make the most of the milk we use. There are 5 common breeds of dairy cows. The Holstein Friesian are the most popular because it can produce more milk than any other breeds. So you got the Holstein, Jersey, Guernsey, Brown Swiss, and Ayrshire. If I'm saying these wrong, please do tell me. A cow is able to make milk when she is 2 years old and has given birth to a calf. Her milk is the food for her baby. She makes more than her calf will ever need, so we use the extra milk. A few months after her calf is born, a cow is bred again to have another calf. She will be pregnant for 9 months. 2 months before her second calf is due, The farmer stops milking her, so she stops producing milk. When she is dry, when her new calf is born, she makes milk again.
I remember the time when I watched a cow get born. Like, we left a little bit, and then the cow was born.
Yep, it's true. Oh, I like this part. In the spring and summer, a dairy cow eats grass and drinks water from streams and ponds. She eats about 50 pounds of food and drinks about 15 gallons of water a day. That's just one cow. Imagine having hundreds of cows. So if you do the math, 50 times 100, 500 pounds of food that you have to provide for the cows. That doesn't even include the gallons of water, so it's 7 pounds each gallon. That's a lot. If you think about it, it's a lot. It takes a lot to take care of a cow, especially when you need to make sure that they stay inside when they need to, or they stay in the areas that you have for them. So during the cold months, a dairy cow is sheltered in a barn. She is fed hay, winter silage, and grains. And the better her food is, the more milk she will make, and the better her milk will be. The food eaten by dairy cow is tough and coarse, and it's hard to digest. So the cow has a special stomach. It has 4 parts. When the cow eats, she chews just enough to swallow her food. It goes to the first 2 stomachs, the rumen and the reticulum. When the cow is full, she rests. Then the cow coughs up balls of food, called curd. She chews her cud, not curd, thoroughly this time, and then she swallows it again. It now goes through the 3rd and 4th stomachs, the omasum and the abomasum? The abomasum? What?
I'm gonna go to the
Okay, that's fine. Where it is finally digested. Abomasum. I swear I can read, guys. Some of the digested food goes into the cow's bloodstream and finally enters her udder where the milk is made. The udder has 4 nipples or teats. Milk will come out of her teats. So that big bag in the above is the udder, and those are her teats. The cows have to be milked at least once in the morning and once in the evening, so twice a day. And then, after they have milked the cows, the milk moves through the pipeline to a cooling tank in a separate room. The tank keeps the milk cool below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. If the milk stayed warm, it might spoil. Some of the farmers keep a daily record of how much milk each cow makes. The average cow makes about 5 gallons a day. Then the farmer sterilizes and cleans everything he has used after each milking. And now the milk is ready to take a trip. Every day a big shiny truck comes to the farm. The driver takes a sample of the milk to be tested later. Then milk is pumped into the tank and the truck, which is insulated to keep cool. The truck carries the milk to the dairy. Okay. Then it goes through a whole another section. When the truck arrives at the dairy, the workers are ready to begin. The milk sample is tested in a laboratory for butterfat content. Butterfat is part of the cream, flavor, odor, and bacteria. The milk is pumped into a big refrigerated storage tank. Inside the tank, there are many big, noisy machines. The milk is moved from the storage tank to the clarifier to be cleaned. The milk in the clarifier has come from many dairy farms and doesn't have all the same amount of cream. So it's blended in until it's all the same. It's called standardizing. Then the milk moves on to be pasteurized, and then they get the milk in all of these cartons. The dates are printed on them to show how long the milk will stay fresh. And that's what happens. The trucks make deliveries to the stores. And then from the store, you go to the store to grab your milk, and then you go home and have your bowl of cereal or whatever you like to do with it. It takes a village to take care of these animals, and it's pretty amazing because it all starts from one farm, and who knows how many cows you can have, really, like maybe a few, and you just keep milk in the general area, or you have, like I said, hundreds of cows, and I believe like we're a very big producer for milk for around the world as well. It's really interesting, and I'm not the smartest. I don't really know that much about them. I just think it's very important for everyone to have a little bit of an idea on how important these things are. Not only do they produce milk, but they give us meat, and their poop is really good for when they turn into compost, and you can do that for use that for your gardens. There's so many different things that they could provide us with, very important byproducts, and they can benefit the environment a lot. Who would have thought? But it's also good. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much with learning about the cows, especially if you didn't really know about them. I think it's just good to know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You have a beautiful day. I know it's kind of iffy out again, but stay cool. It's really, really hot out. I actually have to go and weed a little bit of the garden. So yeah, what you think, Booger? Good. She's eating her pizza. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.